Gambia, Angola, China Holding, Gash, producers of the finest tomato paste in the Gambia. Jaja tomato paste, available in 5 kilos, 1 kilo and in sachets. For wholesale and retail, visit our factory at Banjulanding. We are also producers of Jaja mineral water, cool, clear and fresh. Gash, Gambia, Angola, China Holding, with headquarters at Fatu Golden Plaza, Mile 7, Bertel Harding Highway. Gash Group also provides the best security company, Gash Security, for your offices, warehouses, homes and personal property. Gash Group for all your construction projects, offering you quality water reticulation for your gardens, pump irrigation, tidal irrigation projects and all types of buildings. You can contact Gash on 396-7894, 700-8993, 373-0259. Visit us at Gash Global Group on Battle Harden Highway, Fatu Golden Plaza. Our website www.gashglobal.com. Gambia, Angola, China Holding, Gash.
It's a warm reception to our studio here in Serekunda. This is Star TV News with me, Dado Cham. In the headlines tonight, Meet the People tour ends in Banjul as President Barrow launches $20 million youth revolving fund. Supreme Islamic Council elects Sheikh Alhaji Esa Dabo as president. Drug Law Enforcement Agency recorded largest seizure of drugs. Prince Kuyate Enterprise recognizes Kora players. On the international scene, UK to boost COVID-19 immunization drive with mass vaccination sites. Momentum builds to impeach Trump as more Capitol rioters arrested. Democratic Republic of Congo, boat carrying hundreds of people capsized. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. After a month of touring the length and breadth of the country, His Excellency President Adama Barrow on Friday, as constitutionally mandated, wrapped up the tour in Banjul, with he launched the much-anticipated youth revolving fund worth $20 million and a significant engineering scholarship program for grade 12 graduates. Mariama Dem reports.
The presidential Meet the People tour is constitutionally mandated, and it avails the president the opportunity to dialogue with Gambians on national importance and assess his government's policies' impact on their lives, thus get first-hand information on their needs and aspirations. The president conveyed 44 meetings across the country during the tour, in which Gambians got the opportunity to cry out their needs to the president and his ministers. The main issues outlined by the people is the need for access to clean water, good electricity supply, good roads, better healthcare facilities, standard schools, modernized gardens, proper skills centers, and sports facilities, among others. However, after a month of touring the country, President Barrow with his powerful entourage finally held his last meeting in Banjul on Friday. President Barrow was welcomed by the people of Banjul, including the deputy mayor of the city at the Arch 22. As he congratulated and thanked President Barrow for the great job he is doing for the people of Banjul, including the Banjul Rehabilitation Project, the Deputy Mayor, Omar B.J. Toure, appealed to the President to urge social security to bring housing projects in Banjul, as he quickly noted that rents are becoming more expensive by the day in the capital city, and social security had never taken any project to Banjul.
waaye ñu waa Banjul ñu ngi gën a appel ba léegi pour ndooleen yoon yi baax nañ macha allah góota si waaye housing mooy problème yi Banjul mooy dëkkuwaay te ñu ngi appel di wax ak yow pour nga waa social security pour place yi nekk Banjul space yi jot a amagum pour ñu sampal ñu ko housing parce que luwaas bi seer na te métti na.
Furthermore, President Barrow launched a total of $2.9 million youth revolving fund that was distributed among different youth entrepreneurs in the West Coast region, KMC, and North Bank region to commence new initiatives. According to the Minister of Youth and Sports, Bakari Y. Baji, the scheme targets youth entrepreneurs in agriculture, fisheries, mechanics, catering, tailoring, and petty tradings. Minister Baji further thanked the President for approving the initiative. The Ministry of Higher Education, in collaboration with the Ministry of Works, equally made a presentation of 10 scholarships to Gambian students set to study engineering at different universities across the globe. The students received their award letters, air tickets, and 3 months' worth of stipend for a start. This is part of an initiative by the Ministry of Works to complement the government's STEM program to develop the country's homegrown engineers. While addressing the people of Banjul at Ash 22, President Barrow expressed appreciation to his cabinet ministers, senior government officials, and the entire tour entourage for what he described as a very successful tour. He noted that the tour availed him and his government the opportunity to have first-hand information on the impacts of the policies and programs of his government on the lives and livelihoods of the people. He noted that his government has achieved a lot within 4 years as he promised more development to be done. President Barrow also calls for Gambians to do away with politics of insults and embrace a political culture that is based on development and respect for democracy. He added that his government have created the enabling environment for all Gambians to thrive. The president concluded by reaffirming his promise to transform Banjul into a standard capital city.
Dengan ma jox liggéey du ko so dengan ma óolu kon óolute boobu dinaa ko mutal inshallah waaye duma ko mun a def su nekkee yéen jàppale lu leen man kenn mënuma koo def foo réew mi yëpp bokk ñu def ko te Banjul mooy capital wax laan de gaal bi fii la moo teeru kon yéen ay njiit yi man dinaa collaborer ak yéen pour ñu liggéey Gambia waxkat yi nag bàyyi leen ñoon ñu wax ñun ñu continuer def liggéey bi.
Additionally, 4 women groups in Banjul also benefited from the Women Enterprise Fund, worth more than $500,000, an initiative that seeks to boost the socio-economic status of Gambian women. Maria Madem, reporting for Star TV News.
The Gambia Supreme Islamic Council on Sunday elected new executive members to run the affairs of the Gambia Supreme Islamic Council for the next 5 years. The Congress was held at the Supreme Islamic Council headquarters in Kanifing. Khadija Tudanso reports.
The Gambia Supreme Islamic Council has been locked in a 2-day Congress, which saw them elect the head of Tadamon Islamic Institute as the new leader of the country's Muslims. He shouted aside 2 challenges by the name Sheikh Mohammed Lamin Kante and Sheikh Chorno Dabo by pooling 89 votes to Kante's 11 and Dabo's 5 votes. 105 delegates voted in the election. In a victory speech, Sheikh Esa Dabo, who is also the leader of Amana, vowed to unite the country's Muslims. Speaking in both Arabic and English, Ustaz Dabo succeeded outgoing President Alhaji Mohamed Lamin Toure, a great linguist, an able writer and preacher. Sheikh Dabo is a graduate of the College of Arabic Language and Islamic Studies at the University of Medina. He is the principal of the Solidarity Center for the Islamic Studies, the Secretary General of the General Secretariat of Arabic Islamic Education in the Gambia, and a lecturer at the Gambia College in Birkama. The results of votes are as follows. Sheikh Alhaji Esa Dabo, 89 votes. Sheikh Mohammed Lamin Kante, 11 votes. Sheikh Chorno Dabo, 5 votes. 105 delegates across the country voted during the election. The Congress elected the new executive to run the affairs of the Gambia Supreme Islamic Council for the next 5 years. The elected executive is as follows. President Sheikh Esa Fode Dabo. First Vice President Kadi Omar Seka. Second Vice President Sheikh Ibrahim Masane Jaju. Secretary General Dr. Mohamed Al-Amin Silla. Assistant Secretary General Sheikh Omar Danso. Deputy Assistant Secretary General Arabic Sheikh Kimo Fati. Deputy Assistant Secretary General English Sheikh Hamama Jete. Treasurer Sheikh Ibrahim Jagana. Assistant Treasurer Sheikh Dawood Jawa. Internal Auditor Bay Aliu Gabo. Assistant Internal Auditor Sheikh Ibrahim Hassan Cham. Reporting for Star TV News, I am Khadija Tudanso.
The Drug Law Enforcement Agency seized 2 tons of suspected cocaine at the Banjul seaport, according to the Drug Law Enforcement Agency. This is the largest seizure of drugs in the history of the Gambia. Jacqueline Colley was there, and this is her report.
The container loaded with cocaine was intercepted on Thursday at the Banjul seaport. It was said to be imported along with other containers which contain industrial salt from Ecuador in South America. The container loaded with cocaine was believed to be on transit to somewhere else. The container was confirmed to have 118 bags of cocaine, weighing across 2 tons, 952 kilograms and 850 kilograms. The media was taken through the entire process of scanning and confirming the bag to be containing cocaine. The public relations officer of the Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Usman Seikuba, said the containers are said to be containing 1,000 bags of salt each. He said the containers originated from Guayaquil port in Ecuador and transported through Max Line Shipping Company before arrival at the Banjul seaport. He said all 4 containers were shipped by the ECU Worldwide, Ecuador, South America, and consigned to Ballot Transport Logistics as their local partner. The PRO said a contact person whom was sent to clear the container from the port was arrested and is helping them in their investigations, while the owner of the containers, Banta Keita, is at large.
So after this discovery, on Monday, the 4th of January 2020, a physical search was conducted on the container, but was found to be containing what was only deemed to be salt. Search continued as investigation into the matter continued, resulting in the discovery of 118 bags of cocaine in one of the containers that was numbered SUDU 7531754. Initial finding into the matter suggests that the container belongs to one Banta Keita, who holds a French passport with the number 17CE91360. According to his passport biodata, that is a biographical data, he is said to be born on the 3rd January 1984. He is a resident of Fajara M section, Kanifing municipality. Sheriff, who was their local contact person, is presently in custody, helping the officers with the investigation, while the manhunt for Mr. Banta Keita continue.
In the gaze of the media, preliminary test was conducted to determine if the bags really contain cocaine, and the test came out positive. Meanwhile, it could be recalled that the second largest cocaine to be seized was in 2010 after the narcotic agency seized over 2 tons of cocaine at Bingo village of the West Coast region. Reporting for Star TV News, I am Awasane.
Over the weekend, the Prince Kuyate Enterprise and Gambia Talent Promotion recognized Kora players in the Gambia by giving 17 people awards of appreciation. Our reporter Yamuna Koka was there, and this is her report.
The first Gambian National Kora Award is geared towards motivating, celebrating and recognizing young Kora players to enable them to continue promoting the culture and tradition of the country. The event was born out of the need to protect and preserve their dying and perishing culture and tradition for the future generation. The event was graced by some prominent individuals, which included lawyer Usainu Dabo, Jaliba Kuyate, Mr. Amafu Kora alias Kora Mansa, Ajimba Fanta Sonko, and many others. Speaking at the gathering, lawyer Usainu Dabo, the Secretary General of the United Democratic Party, described the Kora as an instrument that is mostly used by griots to entertain their audience. He added that this is one of the best events he has seen in many years, as it started in a spectacular way. Not only that, but also the fact that the awardees were young people.
I can see all of them, they are all below 35, except maybe for Bobo and his brother, So I think this is great for the country, it's great for our tradition, and I would hope that next year we'll have this Kora Award organized in a more grander manner, in a more glorious manner, in a way that, the awardees will come out not only to promote the tradition, but they will also appear very traditional. I hope I will see them in the big rambubas, and before they take the award, I would want to see them doing the lampang, the way the griots dance, as you see Jal Musa, what he did. I would want to see them do that. It's great, and I hope that this will continue. And I encourage all the young griots to really learn the Kora. They shouldn't let our tradition die. They shouldn't let our culture die. And I want to appeal to the young Jali girls to also, learn, how to recite, history and how to sing, the traditional songs. Just not alalake, let them sing the traditional songs. Yes.
He proceeded by motivating the young people who want to venture into playing the kora by telling them to perfect themselves in it and use it as a source of income.
The kora is identified with them. When a good kora player holds the kora, goes to his patron, not for money, but just for entertainment, it gives all of us, both the jali and the patron, it elates them, it glorifies them. So I want the young griots to really follow this old tradition. They let them not abandon it. Jalindinglu, Dukare, Alcanal Kodi Korala, Nina Mandinti, Kora, ni wala Mandinti, wala Mandim Funti, Alcanal Kodiala, Jalu Dinin Monamuskunda Fanam, Dukara Yesi, Jalmuske Baldala, Puriangara, Poisike no Mangarati, Membe Mali, Abe Gambiale. So Sake no Jantole, Zombo encouragement leader.
Keba Kuyate, the chief executive officer of the Prince Kuyate Enterprise, also added that the reason why they organized the event was to recognize the young people who have the ambition for playing the kora, to recognize and motivate them as the culture and tradition of the country is mostly disseminated by the griots. He added that Gambians should be proud of themselves and venture into kora playing because the kora is their instrument and they own it. Kora prayers traditionally came from Jali families, who were also from the Mandinka tribes that are traditional historians. The instrument was first discovered in the Gambia. Jaliba Kuyate has turned the kora music of Gambia into a very modern sound that he calls kora pop. Together with his group, the Kumare Band, Kuyate continues to unite the ancient and modern world with his exciting, uplifting performance. For Star TV News, I am Yamuna Okuka.
Those were the local stories. We will be back with the international news after the short break.
Gambia, Angola, China Holding, Gosh, producers of the finest tomato paste in the Gambia. Jaja tomato paste, available in 5 kilos, 1 kilo and in sachets. For wholesale and retail, visit our factory at Banjulanding. We are also producers of Jaja mineral water, cool, clear and fresh. Gosh, Gambia, Angola, China Holding, with headquarters at Fatu Golden Plaza, Mile 7, Bertel Harding Highway. Gosh Group also provides the best security company, Gosh Security, for your offices, warehouses, homes and personal property. Gosh Group for all your construction projects, offering you quality water reticulation for your gardens, pump irrigation, tidal irrigation projects and all types of buildings. You can contact Gosh on 396-7894, 700-8993, 373-0259. Visit us at Gosh Global Group on Bertel Harding Highway, Fatu Golden Plaza. Our website www.goshglobal.com. Gambia, Angola, China Holding, Gosh.
And now the news beyond our borders. As the UK accelerates its vaccination program, its chief medical officer has issued a dire warning about the capacity of hospitals to treat the rising number of serious ill COVID-19 patients. Al Jazeera Jonah Hall reports from one's vaccination center in North London.
1, 2, 3 shot scratch. There we go, all done.
Nothing, totally painless.
Good.
A little injection of hope is how one doctor described vaccines being administered to the over 80s at a North London medical practice. A rare outing for many after months of housebound uncertainty. Some, even now, anxious about what lies ahead.
I was a bit apprehensive in the morning, but now I think I'm okay. Whether I'm doing the right thing or the wrong thing, I don't know. But I just want to have myself protected from this deadly virus.
Sorry, maybe take a deep breath in and then nice out. That's it. Short scratch, okay?
Yes.
Ooh, very well done.
Okay.
Well done, Grace.
Thank you.
Well
Thank
done.
you.
Amazing Grace.
Thank you all.
You're very welcome.
I hope it protects me.
These are the beginnings. Targeted vaccine rollout at a local level first, with plans this week to scale up to mass public venues.
We're vaccinating those high-risk groups as quickly as possible. We're basically giving a vaccine about one every minute, if not more. So we're getting through about 600, up to 600 patients a day with the vaccine supply that we've got. NHS England is being very reassuring that we're going to continue to get supply and that supply level will ramp up. We've had challenges early on with the confidence that it will come. That's now there. So I think the supply is ramping up, and I've got a good level of confidence it's going to continue to do that.
So we have our AstraZeneca and we have our Pfizer. So these are frozen, and we receive them thawed here, and we have to ensure that they're used within a few days.
Pharmacist Steve Giddens is volunteering his time to help out, taking immense care to reconstitute the vaccine concentrate into doses ready for use.
So I've just written an expiry label, which is 6 hours from when I've added the diluent, and that is obviously critical, so we have to make sure that we administer the vaccine within that time.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, shot, scratch.
It's quick, it's painless, and at this local GP surgery, it's flawlessly efficient. And the result, well, people seem to leave a lot less anxious than when they arrived.
God bless them all. We spent Christmas alone. We were just super careful. He's 85, and I want to keep him alive for a long, long time. I'm sorry. I'm an emotional person.
They've lived in a fog of anxious uncertainty for many months now. Slowly, it's lifting. Jonah Hull, Al Jazeera, Haringey, North London.
U.S. Democrats will introduce formal articles of impeachment on Monday against President Donald Trump for willfully incident violence against the government as federal agencies arrest more Capitol rioters.
This video, obtained by the Washington Post, shows just how few police officers there were to keep rioters, some armed with restraints and weapons, from getting to members of Congress. Members say when they were trying to get out the last available exit, there were only 3 officers holding the line, trying to give them enough time to escape. When they stepped aside, as a window was broken, a rioter was shot. The representatives and their staff escaped. This video was captured by a reporter for the Huffington Post. Rioters looking for the Senate. He says if they had turned right, they would have entered the chambers with senators inside. This lone Capitol police officer directed them away from it and up the stairs instead. But not everyone was this confused. One congressman says there is evidence some had planned their attack.
There is a mock office. There's an office that's got my name on the door, but they didn't bother that office. They went to the office where I usually work and where I usually am. My staff was in my office. They had all the furniture and stuff at the door, and there were people trying to get in.
We're going to the Capitol.
The president directed these followers to march on the Capitol. He told them the election was stolen. And now Democrats say he should pay for inciting an insurrection. They are moving to impeach him within days.
Our main priority is to ensure the removal of Donald Trump as president of the United States. Every minute and every hour that he is in office represents a clear and present danger, not just to the United States Congress, but frankly to the country.
But not all Republicans are on board, some using the same reasoning that they did after the president was impeached the first time.
Now, my personal view is that the president touched the hot stove on Wednesday and is unlikely to touch it again.
Many say an impeachment will only divide the country further, but some argue it's necessary for the long-term health of the country.
Until the United States starts taking steps to hold those who both participated physically in the actions, but also incited the actions and aided them, until we see accountability for all of that, and a renewed commitment among mainstream Republicans towards democratic norms and values, I'm afraid we should expect that this is only the beginning of the rise of Trumpism and perhaps even further violence.
It's unclear if legally the Senate can hold an impeachment trial for a president who's already left office. The courts will likely have to decide that. But it does seem likely that in the coming days, the House of Representatives will make sure that Donald Trump is the only U.S. president to have been impeached twice. Patty Culhane, Al Jazeera at the Capitol.
Local people are searching for survivors after a boat carrying hundreds of people capsized in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Many are feared to drown after the vessel overturned on Friday. Al Jazeera Kitty Lobers reports.
This sinking boat is part of a potential criminal investigation, with dozens of bodies believed to be trapped underneath. Passengers were heading to the regional capital on this wooden boat when it capsized.
The boat had 3 separate levels. All of them were full of people and their belongings. There were hundreds of passengers, including kids. Older men and women were swallowed by the water. I myself lost 5 members of my family.
These people had relatives on board, and now they're using fishing nets to recover bodies. Survivors say the boat was carrying too many people and too much cargo, including bags of cement. Crossing lakes and rivers after nightfall is illegal in the DRC. At least 3 port agents are under arrest for allowing the boat to leave, and the owner and members of the crew are under investigation.
I'm horrified and heartbroken. This tragedy is the result of fraudulent behavior. On Friday evening, a boat owner and his crew undertook to travel at night despite our ban on nighttime crossings. Unfortunately, they defied it, and that resulted in the events we all deplore.
Onlookers do what they can to help, but finding out how many people were on board is difficult.
Business people here are always hiding the data, and authorities don't share honest information because they're the ones in charge of registering all the passengers before each trip on the river.
Travel by boat is commonly used in the DRC. Waterways link areas that are unconnected by roads. And with limited regulation, that makes disasters like these more likely. Katia Lopez-Odoyan, Al Jazeera.
And before we end the news, a recap of our main headlines. Meet the People tour ends in Banjul as President Barrow launches $20 million youth revolving fund. Supreme Islamic Council elects Sheikh Alhaji Esa Dabo as president. Drug Law Enforcement Agency recorded largest seizure of drugs. Prince Kuyate Enterprise recognizes Kora players. On the international scene, UK to boost COVID-19 immunization drive with mass vaccination sites. Momentum builds to impeach Trump as more Capitol rioters arrested. Democratic Republic of Congo, boat carrying hundreds of people capsized. That's all for this edition of the news. Thank you for watching and join us for tomorrow's news.